Hey everybody, I am Ozgand, and this is How to Morrowind. I guess this will be my second released video for this. I have that super long overview episode that was, like, what, an hour and a half? It just kind of touched on a bunch of different systems, but didn't go into any great amount of detail. So, I'll be starting from the beginning, and with character creation this time. Just hit a new character, and Jib here just asked me what my name is, so G-A-N-T said. There's a whole beginning cutscene, and talks about something about a prophecy, and fun stuff. And right now you can't really move around. You position locked. Until now. You can hit space or enter to click OK if you don't want to actually click on the OK button. And default toggle for the run is cap locks, so you can actually kind of skip past that guy. Oh, but he's waiting on me. I'll just kind of go through this normal. Yeah, because I'm a criminal, and this is a prison ship, so. Aren't you just snarky? And if you've played some of the other Elder Scrolls games, you recognize this guy. Or at least his voice. And there's also invisible walls right here at the beginning. They go away later after you go through character creation. Don't show from where. Okay, so here is character creation. You can spin the head. You can change gender, change your race. Change the face, and change the hair. That's it. I mean, like, seriously, that's it. Yeah, it's kind of sad, actually. Let's go with Dark Elf. Oh, it's got a little tattoo on the forehead. That's kind of cool. And you've got your specials that are, like, it doesn't say here for whatever reason, but some of these are abilities and some of them are like constant effect. I forget what they're called. Anyway, every race has their own skill bonuses and specials. Okay, so let's go with that, and yeah, I'll fit right in. Yep. Right now, you can't even jump, really. There is a bug to where you can get out through there and just kind of break the game and do everything, but like I said, it breaks the game. And here is where you select your class. And yep, there are a few ways you can do it. Answers the questions. If you played some of the older games, this is basically a personality quiz. The older games have that as well. You can pick from a list. You've got your specializations, your major or minor skills, and your favorite attributes. Specializations will give you a 5-point bonus to all the relevant skills. There are combat, magic, and stealth specializations, or you could fill out, or for a class you could also create your own. So you can switch that to stealth. There's the skills for stealth. There's for magic. For combat. Cancel that. And for favorite attributes, you get +10 to all of those favorite attributes. And there's your attributes. And we can go over that. I'll go over that in another video. Well, actually, every video that we'll touch on those because they affect everything in the game, or everything that you do. And when choosing your major skills get a start at a base of 30. Minor skills start at 15. All of your miscellaneous skills will start at 5, plus whatever your racial bonuses go to. I like the Nightblade, so it's got light armor, unarmored, marksman, sneak. You wanna choose your class very carefully. I mean, this is improving these skills is how you level up. And as this game does not run on a the enemies are not leveled so like they are in Oblivion or Skyrim. It's more like how it is if you've played ESO. Certain areas have higher level enemies, but the high level enemies are not determined by what region they're in. I mean, there's a level 30 enemy near the starting town, and there's some level 5 enemies near the end game areas. So that's always kind of a crapshoot. It also, you can usually tell just by what they're wearing, though, as far as to how powerful they are. But let's go with Nightblade. Yep. Born under a certain sign. And what would that be? Yes, I've played this game a lot. So, almost 12 years. So, if you've played Oblivion, you know what this is. Skyrim and ESO players, these are your standing stones, or the Mundus stones. Except these are permanent. You can't just switch back and forth between them. So each one has various effects, I guess you could call it. Spells. Some of them just give you spells, some of them give you powers, some give you abilities, and none of them give you both, actually. Or give you all three. Now, abilities, those are constant effect. I mean, they don't have to recharge, it's nothing. It's always there. Powers, you can use those once a day. It'll reset at midnight. So if you use it at like 11:59, and then it clicks over to midnight, you can use it again. But then you have to wait till midnight the next night, so to use it again. Spells, that's like, well, what you would expect. Spells are just spells. Let's go with something about the magic based signs. You get a magic multiplier, so it's always nice to have that. The Atronach is probably the highest multiplier. Actually, it is the highest multiplier, but stunted magicka, so your magic doesn't regenerate like normal. Let's go with the Steed. And here is your character sheet. This is your last chance to change anything. Here's all of your stats. Something I forgot to mention about the races. Every race has a bonus to your attributes, and some of them also differ between the male and females. Like, some have better, like strength is usually the males, and endurance is usually higher for the females, as well as Well, they're all. You can all just look it up. I will post a link to uh, attributes and character creation pages from the UESP in the description. But yeah, I've got a nice little 10-point bonus to my short blade and mysticism from my racial bonus, and nice little. That's a pretty good build. The health, starting health, is determined by your strength, and I'm not sure why that is, but it just is. Your endurance increases your max fatigue and your health gain per level. So it's 10% of your endurance goes to your health every level. So mine would go up 3 points every level. Personality is how much other characters like you, how much information they'll give you. Speed is your movement speed, like run and walk. Not necessarily attack speed, though. That's determined by the weapon itself. So willpower is your resistance to magic and your max fatigue. Intelligence is your maximum amount of magic, and your strength is how much damage you do in melee combat, and with bows, and thrown weapons, but not with crossbows. Okay. Okay, I now have a stat menu. So, this is my character sheet. Oh, and right-click to get into your menus. And pick that up. This basically just says, "These are all your release information. You're no longer a prisoner as soon as you hand this into the captain." And now I have a inventory menu. The way you equip stuff and unequip stuff is all of your equipped items are in a box. So I can unequip my shoes and drop them back over here. I'm sorry for that really loud noise. I just bumped my mic. And the way you equip stuff is click and click. You don't drag. If you just drag it, nothing happens. Well, it just kind of picks up when you release, or not. Actually, just not. So, if I want to read this again, same with all books or scrolls, just click, and close that, and close that. And he says, go talk to Salasgravius, the captain. Alright. Oh, real quick, something just to help you get a head start. Actually, I don't really want to tell you this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Property is really weird in this game. Right now, you're still technically a prisoner, so you can't get arrested. So, pick it up, and really quickly go into your menu, drop it back, and say hello to the nice guard. He'll say after you get released, you won't be able to do that. So pick it up, and now, according to the system, technically it is yours. So you now have a very, very expensive limeware platter. And okay, there. Had to adjust my mic. And again, okay, there we go. Mic's fixed now. And it says, hey, you should learn about combat real quick. Go grab that dagger. Alright, here's a crap dagger. Equip the dagger by dropping it into your picture in your inventory menu. Like we talked about earlier, press F to pull out your weapon, and left-click the mouse to swing it. The harder you swing, the more damage it does, so the longer you hold down the mouse button. And it'll also drain. All of your attacks drain fatigue. So, F and whoosh. See, you notice my green fatigue bar down on the right, in the bottom corner. And hold it back, and there you go. That's that. And reading books is good. Stealing books is better. They kind of just let you loose. There's nobody around here, so you're still technically a criminal, so just take stuff. picking up the thing gives you a tutorial about torches and lights, and there's a lockpick here too. So, hey, you can try picking that lock box over there. And yeah, all these tutorials are entirely missable. Like, if you just do what the pop-ups tell you to do, you'd never get a tutorial on how to pick locks or how ingredients work like this. You can eat ingredients or by equipping them to your character, and some may hurt you, so be careful. And this is lockpicking. Pretty simple. There's no minigame. That first lockpick minigame in the series was in Oblivion, and I get 31 gold. And that, and here is a potion, or rather, an alcoholic beverage. Regional liquors act like potions, and drink potions to get status effects. You can get a lot of different status effects from potions. However, there are any kind of poisons will affect you. You can't actually poison your weapons, but I'll talk more about that in the alchemy video. Okay, and now, oh hey, I have that menu. On a fresh install, this is what your map looks like, down in the bottom right corner. Pretty small, pretty useless. So, what you do is go into your menus, right click, and then click on that little box. That craptastic minimap disappears, and this is now locked to wherever you want it to be. So you can click and drag like in a regular Windows bar, and you can resize it however you want. And you can go to the world view, which you can kind of see all this unexplored territory. And you notice this has that nice little green border around that little yellow box. All this will turn to the color of the environment. So this area will be like a nice bright green. This over here will be dark green. All this will be like a nasty gray and lava colored area, but normally I like to keep the map about that big. I also like to keep it in the up in the top corner in the world map view. So let's go through and check the barrel right to your left and get the ring inside. So we're missing one more menu. So get the engraved ring of healing, restore health 1 to 5 points on self, and you now have a magic menu, so you can see all of your wonderful spells and to equip them. And it doesn't actually say how to... Oh, there it goes. Click R to ready your magic. So I've got this power, and thanks to the class that I selected, I get these starting spells. Different classes get different starting spells. It's all very nice. I'll go over magic and all that good stuff later. And so, here's this. Press space to talk to the guy. All those NPCs that just immediately talk to you at the beginning, that doesn't happen anymore. So yeah, press space to talk to people, like that. He'll say, my background's not important, welcome to Morrowind. Click on the hyperlink, and or you could just kind of click over here and click on duties. He says, here's all the stuff you need to do. Go talk to Caius Casades, or Casades, however you... Ooh, excuse me. Breakfast is catching up. Anyway, talk to this dude, and here's directions to his house, and here's a package for him. By the way, you can't read that, it's all just keyboard face roll. And here's some gold to get by. And, oop, had my fingers in the wrong spot. And press X to get to your journal, and to review what you've been told, blah blah blah. You should check out the Real Trade House up on the left. You're on your own now. Welcome to Morrowind. Good luck, and have fun. Yeah, that's a tutorial. It's not so great, but that ring, well, we'll talk about that ring later. And remember, always save. This game does not have much in the way of autosave. It's only when you rest. And thank you so much, Fargoth, for interrupting me while I'm talking to these wonderful, lovely people on the internet. So, F5, autosaves, and have fun, you guys. And I'll see you next time.